Hello and welcome to 7 Things to Know about Taizé. Facts and figures. Located in Burgundy in the eastern middle of France, Taizé is a place of pilgrimage for mostly young people but also for adults and smaller children. Founded in 1940 by the Swiss brother Roger, who was killed by a mentally ill woman during a prayer in 2005, Taizé is now visited by a few hundred to several thousand Christians every week, of course depending on the weather situation and the time of the year. A day in Taizé. Despite slight differences due to different jobs and age, there is a certain time schedule that everybody in Taizé follows throughout the week. Your day in Taizé starts with the morning prayer at 8:15, followed by breakfast at about 9. Then there is a so-called Bible introduction with one of the brothers and a discussion within a smaller group with people who are around the same age as yours. That may sound really scary, but in fact it's great fun and you can make some great friends there. At 12:20 there is the midday prayer, lunch is afterwards. In the afternoon there is an optional song practice followed by more or less compulsory discussion meetings or jobs. Tea times at 5 and suppers at 7. After supper there's the evening prayer at 8:30 and after that people can meet again to sing, dance and play games at the Taizé party location, the Oya. Bedtimes at 11:30. The prayers. Praying in Taizé is not necessarily similar to praying like you may know it from home. The prayers consist of singing Taizé songs, listening to readings from the Gospels and remaining completely silent for 8 minutes straight. Depending on where the people staying each week come from, prayers are held in different languages, so it wouldn't be surprising if you weren't only listening to texts singing songs in French and English, but also in Spanish, Italian, German, Russian, Czech and so on. If you're lucky, you'll even be able to hear the brothers talk in languages like Chinese, Korean or Kiswahili. Food. In Taizé you eat 4 times a day. For breakfast you get a small baguette, a little lump of butter and 2 pieces of dark chocolate, together with a very sugary cup of tea or hot chocolate. Lunch and supper both consist of a full meal, with 1 ladle of rice with beans, noodles, spelt peas or potato mash, slices of white bread, cheese or yogurt, fruit and a biscuit. Going vegetarian in Taizé is highly recommended, trust me. Tea at 5 again comes with a biscuit. People and communication. The common language spoken in Taizé is English. Whether it's in a queue for food, your discussion group, or with people you sit next to in church before prayer, don't be shy to open your mouth and start chatting. In Taizé, there's no need to be afraid of making grammar mistakes or pronunciating something incorrectly. It's completely okay and often great fun if you end up talking with your hands and feet. Taizé fashion. As most of the people visiting Taizé for a week or staying in tents in a campsite vis-a-vis the church, comfy clothes are highly recommended. Go trousers, sweaters and loose t-shirts together with a Taizé necklace that you can buy in the exposition are totally in fashion there. But still keep in mind that Taizé actually nobody cares about what you're wearing, it's all about who you are, not what you dress as. Saturday. The congregation of the Taizé brothers live unlike any other Christian congregation. Basically, they celebrate the resurrection of Jesus every week, with the Saturday evening prayer being the religious highlight of your stay in Taizé. What makes this prayer different is that, for example, you get a long, thin white candle when entering the church, and at a certain point of the ceremony, people light their candles one after the other, passing on a flame to everybody around them. This is it. I hope that now you know a little more about Taizé, the most peaceful place on earth. Bye!